I decided one game of leagues, my friend got off, going to get food, so I'm going to play another game of my career while I wait. Get more pissed off, pretty much how it goes. Probably play some Xbox after this though, if he's not back by the time this is over. Yeah, I gotta eat too. And then work on some homework. Homework. Come on, hurry up, game.
We're here in California's capital, Sacramento, and a look here at the Capitol building. Welcome everyone to this two-game sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. We've got a chance now for our start. And here's Vasquez. Pass to Jay. Lets it go with the three. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Jay's got himself on the board with three there.
Chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in opponent points per game, 10th in rebounding. And they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team. And part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
I thought they made really good adjustments defensively all season long, Clark. You talked about the fact they were in the top 10 in terms of opponents' points per game. I mean, that's difficult to do, to continuously allow a team very few scoring opportunities. You know you're working hard on a nightly basis.
McLemore, the pass to Thompson, and the layup's good off the glass.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, Clark. They haven't gotten many stops here.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He emphasized the need to set good, hard screens at the offensive end. He said the pick-and-roll opportunities are going to be there for them as long as they time those screens correctly. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. The screen from Thompson. Kicks it out to Vasquez. It's stolen by Taylor. And here's the intentional foul, but you know, it's coming here at a very inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a bad play there. That can really cost you the game. You've got to be smart when you make those intentional fouls.
Guys, Reggie Evans is a ferocious rebounder. He is actually the picture next to the definition of glass eater at both ends of the floor. I mean, last season, he led the league by a long margin in rebounds per minute.
The Nets making a switch here. Jelitovich is checked in. Nets trail by 9. Stolen away. Here's Jay. Sacramento again missing. And it's interesting with Reggie Evans, as physically as he plays, Steve, he's not afraid to embellish some contact the other way.
Well, most players like Evans, who maybe aren't the most physically gifted players offensively, they find ways to have an effect, whether it's crashing the boards, which he does, or, you know, being a little tricky, trying to draw fouls and deceive the officials a little bit. Just going to be honest.
Yeah, well, no, you're good. That's an interesting point.
Wow.
Vasquez.
Now you do.
4 seconds left. No good.
What a box out there. Beautiful rebound.
You see how open I get if I don't pass the ball, but he has like one straight to the face to get the ball. That was going to be a good game after hitting that good three, but no, of course not, because the game hates me. Ooh. Never play slow.
Jay, he's in at 3. McLemore is out there with Jimmer Fredette. And there's Thompson, and it's Patterson in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Lopez, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
Swing it. Swing it.
Patterson dishes to Thompson. Fredette gets a screen from Thompson. They get the rebound. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Jason Terry. Last season's stats for him, he averaged about 10 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. Those aren't bad numbers, but they're not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star, he improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, I thought he should have gotten maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. A big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. And the Kings making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Livingston gets a screen from Evans. Knocked away. Anderson kicks to Evans.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And he can't hit the second.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for James.
Should make more of these shots because I'm so used to changing the shot.
Taylor with the ball. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some.
Talk about confidence to pull up from out there. And what skill to knock it down. That's major league there, folks.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Kings.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thanks everyone for being with us for
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Kings leading now by 8.
You know, a lot of things went right for the Nets last season, but one area they struggled in was handling the Western Conference teams. In 30 chances against teams out west, they only won 13 times.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. At the guards, Darren Williams, and the Jet, Jason Terry. Watch out there with Andre Kirilenko. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Terry kicks over to Watch. Again, the Nets for 2. And back to the Nets against the West. That number not really what you want if you plan on winning a tough division, Steve, like the Atlantic.
Well, that was the difference last year in terms of who won the Atlantic. The Knicks had a great record against the West, and the Nets did not. So I think to get a high seed, to win their division, the Nets need to have a better record against Western Conference teams this year.
Terry talks trash to me.
Terry outside. Williams inside, covered by Vasquez.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Jay, in that last game against the Trailblazers, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 27 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve his standard.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than
Open.
Landry gets the bucket.
Well, Landry has a just a big motor who can play so hard as soon as he gets into the game that he makes a major impact on the game. He's relentless in his pursuit of offensive rebounds, and he's always going to fight you for the ball.
Yeah, you know, those offensive rebounds are always huge. You also need to be able to finish through contact if you're undersized, and Landry can do that too. He can get a guy up in the air, lean into him, and finish the play while earning a trip to the free throw line. Shot's good by Blatch.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Jay. Sacramento gets it back.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Terry.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
And that's it for the third quarter. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. And Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our state. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Thomas is out there with Jay, and it's Salmons in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Taylor passes to Lopez. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Lopez. They could win it. Got it!
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Okay, now when I'm inbounding the damn ball.
Now here's Salmons.
It's the most stupid.
And so it's Brooklyn who's.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us.
Do nothing about it. Inbounding the ball. Wow, they set me up to fail so bad in this game. They set you up so bad. No, I'm gonna play another game. I can't let it in like that. They set you up so bad. Sorry, dog. I suck at this game. Wish you had a better pressure control than you. Why do you keep giving me assist goals? I don't pass the ball. Oh my god. What the fuck, man? Still not back after getting the damn spoon. See, that's why I hate the PS3 and PS4 too, man. It's so freaking slow. If the Xbox One's like this.
We are in Sacramento, California, home for the Kings in an interconference basketball game here.
Let me know in
And
the
now a
comments
quick check
below
of our starting lineups for both teams.
if this weekend
Some will be
Xbox One
keeping an
takes
eye on
forever.
Andre
If it
Drummond.
doesn't,
Yeah, Drummond has explosive lift, and it's why he can go up and get so many shots defensively in terms of blocking the ball. People just don't expect him to get up as quickly as he does, but
well, they haven't got adjustment. Wow. So we have to fill again.
Jay, covered by Smith.
Why would you
Jennings with the
cut
steal.
that way,
There
man?
we go. Fast break. Jennings has got it. Will not go. This is off the front
Damn
iron.
stupid. They set
For
you
the
up to.
Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to Golden State.
they had major problems at the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's why I asked for ball.
It's interesting. They just could not make free throws.
Yeah, and that's
Oh my
frustrating
God,
to watch,
see,
especially
that
on the
should
road where
not
your
happen. In real
opportunities
life,
at
you
the
get
line tend
foul
to be a
call
little
there.
more sparse.
On the
And
minor
when you're
for
at
the foul
home,
call, 'cause it
boy,
basically
you got to
stops the
cash
break.
in on them.
But if you buy the guy up,
The jump hook, that's good. And that's 12 points for Josh Smith.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out. You know, it's interesting. Last season, Josh Smith really had issues at the foul line. Started the year off slow and never could get on track. Strange to see, you know, a talented player like that, and a guy who's been a reasonable foul shooter in the past, have such a dip like that.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He was dialing in their defensive approach for the task in guarding against Smith. Coach acknowledged of all the players they're going to have to deal with tonight, he is the one they need to cling to defensively if they're going to be successful at that end of the court. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And for Josh Smith, his shooting touch has been a weak point.
Yeah, it has been up and down, inconsistent, but he's a terrific finisher inside. The question throughout his career is, why does he shoot so many outside jumpers? He's a tremendous player in every other facet of the game. You could argue that if not for his suspect shot selection, he'd already have made at least one or more All-Star games.
There's a screen. Thomas kicks to Thompson. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 4 assists now tonight.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Stuckey dishes to Jennings. Clock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. And that's good for 3 points. Nice shot from Stuckey.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Jennings against Thomas. Thompson right side. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Drummond. Pistons leading by 3. Jennings kicks to Drummond. Stuckey drives inside. Now here's Jennings, defended by McLemore. And he gets the bucket. Jennings has got his first points in this one. And here is Thomas. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Brooklyn.
And he was disruptive defensively, too. Yeah, really aggressively trying
Ball
to
sooner, man.
force steals during it.
Offense, the order of the day. Detroit's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State, but Malone very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
On the court for the Pistons, Caldwell Pope out there with Smith. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Siva in at the point. Pass to Thornton. Here's Thompson. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been the shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
And he's going up for the alley-oop, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
It's tipped. Fredette kicks to Thompson. So the wing on the left. Beyond the arc. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Fredette.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Here's Siva. Out left to the wing. Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Drummond was really playing extremely well during his rookie year, and all of a sudden showing the promise that scouts saw in him earlier, and then he had the back injury, and that really put a speed bump in his progress.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Going back to Drummond, the Pistons training staff get found going into last season that despite his incredible athleticism, he did have some imbalances strength-wise.
That's something that often happens when a player comes out of college. He gets to the NBA, very sophisticated training staffs, and they find ways that players can improve athletically and strength-wise. And that's kind of scary when you're talking about.
That's
Andre
one thing I
Drummond.
hate about this game too, man. Every time someone wobbles the ball,
athletic
they
and
keep
strong
their
enough.
balance.
The Kings trail by 4. Fredette with it. Rodney Stuckey covering. Outlaw's shot is off.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Pass to Jay. He dishes it to Thompson.
Wow, he
Now
smoked
the
it.
Pistons take it the other way. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
This might not be a marquee matchup by NBA standards, but it holds, I think, a little bit of appeal. They split this season series a year ago.
Smith dishes to Stuckey. Pistons passing it around. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
The three from Fredette. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. And so
Yes, I'm here with Josh
Possibly
Smith
getting
and
these freaking
Now,
challenges. 'Cause one, they
presented
give it
by
the wrong time, and
Sprint.
two, they give it with 39 times without from already down by like
The
7.
Sprint halftime report presented by
Possibly your
Sprint.
teammates are being stupid.
here's Jennings. Kicks it to Bynum. The 19-foot shot. It's hauled in by Thomas.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Oh, it's
Anderson and
late.
Cousins together in the middle. Thomas and McLemore, the backcourt
Because he puts
tandem.
me in this
And it's
crap.
Jay in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Guys, what a marquee free agent signing for the Pistons and Josh Smith. He'll
You
split
would.
minutes between the small forward and the power forward positions. But the Pistons need to manage their rotations carefully. With Smith, Monroe, and Drummond on the floor together at the same time, there's a potential for opposing defenses to pack it in and force them to hit outside shots. Not a strength with that lineup, guys. We'll see how it works.
A young team, Doris, going up tempo could help them get some easier buckets and wear down their opponents. And the Kings making a change here. Vasquez comes in. The drive by Bynum. And here's Jennings outside. And it's Sacramento with the rebound, coming off that loss against the Nets.
And guys, they were really plagued by foul trouble in that one. Forced them into some makeshift lineups late in the game.
And Steve, the frustrating part for me in that situation is you can defend without fouling. Just move your feet and don't use your hand.
So you gotta like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
The Pistons trail.
One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I'd prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. 55 seconds left to play here in the third. Stolen away.
Malcolm, move to
And
the
now the Pistons fast break. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know what you think about now with a team like this is that it's young, maybe they're not used to it.
And so it's Sacramento easily.
Okay. What is it now? interviews this time around. Well guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Time for me to play some Warframe. So I'm gonna go make some Warframe videos now. Later.